Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the first match, first week of Season 52. We begin this season with a skill rating of about 3,520-ish in Kyber 2, about 90-ish skill rating away from Kyber 1. And we've got a bunch of new weapons with Bo-Katan. We're done with Lord Vader with his ultimate. Hopefully, those are the weapons we're going to need to finally punch through into Kyber 1. Obviously, with only 6 GLs, we are not going to compete in Kyber 1. We'll just get knocked back down. But just getting there is the accomplishment that we are shooting for. And we are going to begin with a quick recap of the final week of 3v3. I only posted, I think, one of the videos from that week of matches. I was busy with deadlines. I'm past that period, but we were so close to 5v5, I figured 3v3 videos were just too outdated and not worth the extra time it was going to take to put them up. Because I do edit a portion of these Grand Arena videos. I try to cut out as many gaps of like breathing in dead air of the first 10 minutes or so as I can, just so that there's a good rhythm to these videos. With the round of matches, we went 5-4 for the season. We went 2-1 this week, but it was also default wins where my opponents didn't really participate. Although there was valuable things to show on offense. Maybe we'll show a little bit of that. But with my defense, this is the wrong match. That was my current opponent's matches. I was scouting it. But with my final week, round 1, we won. We had a very strong offense with a banner total of 2,000. I can't talk right now. I am not playing, obviously, with my normal setup, so I'm kind of feeling a little out of sorts. Now, my opponent, CLS falling to Maul, and then Radis falling to Maul, didn't really participate much. That's how round 1 went. I think this video did get posted. Now, round 2, this one, I struggled, but I did stop my opponent, and I think I could have won this. I think we could have went 3-0 for the week. I should have just given up trying to go for a full clear. Instead of trying to just make sure I got through one of his GLs, I split up my counters and just failed 2 situations. Because this guy had a pretty crazy roster. It was pretty excellent. He just threw everything down on defense. So I knew he didn't have the offense to beat me, but his defense caused some big problems where like my Afra counter was failing. A lot of counters were failing. And if I would have just chosen his Leia or his Lord Vader, and really his Leia, I would have punched through, gotten to the back wall, and I would have beat him on banners. And I just didn't think about it in the moment. But here you can see how his defense did, or how his attacks went, and they went well. Or maybe it was different. I can't remember. Round 3 here, default win, but my opponent did do some attacks. Bane falling to Leia. What I was finding was with Bane, it's going to depend on Leia's mods, but also high relic Banes are going to have a much better success rate up against Leia, although lower relic Banes do great up against Lord Vader and Jabba. Then Iden falling to CLS, where most of these go fine, and then his Star Killer falls to my Maul, and Gas falling to my Maul. With this week's matches, my opponent is Sun Tzu. In this bracket, we have 2 players with 7 GLs, 1 player with 4 GLs, and I am a 6 GL player. Everyone else, or the other half of the bracket, is 8 GLs. I did scout this 4 GL player, who you can't, he's actually cut off a screen, but it's not too important. I just wanted to see if there's anything unusual there. He just got lucky in 3v3 with players who were checked out, so he was able to climb very effectively, but his offense was solid, but his defense was really weak. If he gone up against more serious opponents, they would have been able to crush him. So nothing unusual there, but very impressive for this guy to be so high in Kyber 2 with only 4 GLs. Now, GP-wise, my opponent is at 9.8. Most of the roster are in that 10 to 11 range. There's a couple outliers, my opponent being one of the lower GP rosters in the bracket. Omicron-wise, I am the 3rd player in Amis. There are 2 players with 35. I am at 31. Everyone else is kind of mid to low 20s. So there's a few people taking Omicrons pretty seriously, the rest not. GLs we already mentioned. With the relic units, you can see my number is getting more and more respectable. It's been one of my big focuses over the past several months, and it's going to continue to be. My opponent not much more at 170, and that's kind of where most players are at. I feel like the reaction on this computer, I'm not playing on my computer. I sent that in. This computer is not great. It doesn't have the RAM or the processor that is really needed for this. Now, the rest of this is looking fine. Relic distribution, my opponent is pretty much tied with me. No crazy accounts in this bracket, but there are a few people with a good amount of tier 8s, of about 10 more than me. Actually, there's one guy who's got 60 no, that's not that much more than me. Yeah, everyone here pretty normal looking rosters. Nothing too unusual. With mods, my opponent's at 23-14. I am looking like I am number 1 with the top 25, which doesn't always happen. I'm usually like top half, but right now I am number 1 by just slightly. Somebody else is at 26.04, there's somebody at 26, and I am first with 26.08. With the top 500, easily number 1. Some people at 17.8, everyone else is far lower. And then looking at counts, my opponent's very low with 25 plus speed. Only like single digits, it's way low. 20 plus, wow. I've got 200 now. My opponent's only double digits at 58. Now, there's actually a number of players who are very low on the 20 plus. So as far as like a high Kyber 2 bracket goes, this is one of the weaker ones we faced, which is hopefully good signs for me. And then 15 plus, I'm at 400 now. I mean, I must have been at 400 for a while, but just, I think after a week off, it's just my calibration in my head is different. My opponent's around 200. Everyone else, I'd say maybe there's 1 or 2 other rosters that are pretty okay with their counts. Everyone else is kind of weak. You can see Velcover. He's got good mods, good depth of mods and everything. Datacrons. There are 2 of us with like over 40 Datacrons with good level 9 crons. I'd say half the bracket taking Datacrons very, very seriously. With GLs, 1 player without Leia, 1 player without Jabba. It's this 4GL account. 2 players without Lord Vader, and you can see my Lord Vader finally has his ultimate. 1 player without JMK. It's that same guy, that 4GL player. He is without all those things. Everyone with JML and Sith Eternal Emperor. 2 of us without Rey, and I am the only player without SOKR, although that's somewhat more of a technicality. I did get gifted a Lightspeed bundle, but I have not claimed it yet, although we are probably getting closer to the day I will. It's just, I think there's a few milestones on the account I want to hit before I do that. Now, Omicrons. My opponent's got 3 on Darth, 1 on Radis, 1 on Iden, 3 on Starkiller. Everyone else is fairly similar with a lot of these. You can see my mods are better in a little bit. 3 of us have Afra, the rest don't. My opponent does have a weaker Wampa at Relic 3. Everything else is looking fine. Probably getting pretty close to relicking my Treya. My opponent does not have a usable Swallow. 2 players in the bracket don't. 3 players without a functional Zorii. Half the bracket with Third Sister, half without. My opponent being 1 without. I mean, usually these first matches, I am getting matched up against the best account in the bracket. In this case, I'm not. 3 players without Malicos altogether. Another player without usable 1. And then everyone else is looking pretty good. My opponent does have a Malicos. And Bo-Katan, 2 of us have Bo-Katan. Although I left mine at Gear 11 so we could do a week of testing with a weaker bow. I like to just show what these weaker ones can do, so at least I can have a point of view on it. So, because everyone else is going to take their stuff up to Relic immediately, but not all free-to-play players are going to have that option. So I like to be a little careful. And then Bane, 3 players without. Everyone else who's got Bane is pretty good. I have left mine at Relic 5. I wanted to do a week of Relic 5 testing before I took him up to high relics, because it is our first week of 5v5 using him at relics. I just wanted to try it out. And then the rest of this, 1 player without Maul, 2 players without Echo. Although actually that player who doesn't have Maul, he actually has him unlocked. It's kind of crazy that you'd have Maul unlocked and not have him developed. And 3 players without Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, my opponent being 1 of them. And then 1 player without Leviathan, but it's not the 4GL player, it's somebody else. Everybody with the profundity. Looking at the, I don't even know if we should do this. He only has 4 25 plus mods. This is going to be, we're not even going to have to scroll down. We'll organize this by speed. His cat's at 297. Oh my god, do we have to scroll down? Okay, maybe he has more than 15. And he has 15 exactly. Grand Inquisitor's at 298. 208, Jin's at 301, and that's it. And I'm closer to 30. I haven't checked in a while, so I don't know exactly how many I have, but it's around 30 plus or minus. Well, let's take a look at this defense. I did forget to update my Datacrons, even though Tracked over on the Discord did remind me, and I did see it, and I did think about doing it, and then I got distracted and forgot about it. We'll quickly go through this. This is unchanged from the last 5v5, but I did adjust my defense a decent amount during that time, so this is not completely consistent. Like, I threw down Qui-Gon and Kelleran onto defense the final match or two, because I wanted to see how these guys were going to perform in 5v5 without a Datacron during that last season, and then I forgot about it. Or I didn't forget about it. Nobody attacked it. I wanted somebody to attack it, and none of my opponents in that final week attacked it, and I have no idea how it performs. I'm actually somewhat happy that we're not going to see the Kelleran Kron affect this, because now we're actually going to see how is this team going to perform under more normal circumstances instead of these boosted circumstances right now. But for the next week, for the rest of the week, we are going to rectify that. I cannot talk today. We're going to see how this goes. Now, CLS, Seer, Malicos, Bad Batch, and Melgus, somewhat weak. Decent teams, but without Datacrons, some Gear 12 characters. I was going to take, or I was considering taking Omega up to Relics, but I think I'm going to wait, because there's a chance we get Echo. I mean, there was like an April Fool's, I think, data mine, which is probably we shouldn't be making any decisions on, but what I think I'm going to wait for at a minimum is the next set of Datacrons. Because of Queen Amidala, it is, I think, somewhat probable that we can be expecting the next set of Datacrons being Galactic Republic. So I'm going to wait to see what's going to happen with that next set of Datacrons before taking a character like Omega, who could get replaced fairly easily up to Relic. I'm trying to be careful with my Kairos. But I could also see something happening like we get Echo, or not Echo. Have I been saying Echo? We get Crosshair. Crosshair is what I meant to be saying. But again, I can't talk today. We get Crosshair, but we also get like an Omega Cron. And it's not like I would be able to use Crosshair in the first several months. So it would be those kinds of decisions. Now, my opponent. No Datacrons. We got Leia, Dash, Trench, Bosk. We do have an Asajj Cron here, but no Watt. So that actually completely messes up Trench to a point where maybe we want to be done with it. And then down below here, we've got Traya with Krons. This is a solid team. And then we've got Lord Vader, Empire Kron, plus Maul, and Malicos. Now that kind of messes things up because I do like to take Afra up against Lord Vader. And we don't normally need to worry about reviving anybody, but sometimes we do. But okay, we got Phasma, we got all this. I think we're just gonna Bane it, but I'm just kind of thinking, do I want to just do Afra? I kind of want to do Afra. His defense says Leia's on offense, and I'm gonna trust that his history and everything else about his roster means he's not changing things. So I want to do Afra. I just want to see how she does up against this. I want to know, because I know Bane will win. One thing I think I'm going to do this season, now that we don't have an Afrocron anymore in 5v5, is let's change this to Dark Side. Where these are not. I think I'm taking I don't have it. It's on. Well, it doesn't matter. IPD. I was going to take him up to Relics. We're just going to grab another one of these Crons. All right, let's do this, and hopefully things don't crash, because I don't trust this computer. Okay, let's get this start. Oh, I need to go to the big screen. We'll let this play out. Let's fix this. Okay, we'll bring our droid friend. You can see this is not running as smooth as our matches have been lately since that new computer has been in use. All right, we take some hits. Merciless Massacre. Let's throw the dots down. We don't really land any dots. I kind of wish I would have thrown dots onto Maul, because, well, everybody's going to counter. We might lose Vader in these counters. No, he's fine. All right, dots. Do an AoE. Alright, they took a couple turns. Armor shred. Come on, here we go. Take out Maul. What? Is there something here that does that? And they can't be revived because of Malicos. Alright. I'm just going to let this... Alright. Fine. Oh, it's Malicos and unaligned force users because Maul's an unaligned force user. Okay, fine. That's irritating. They did say Malicos was going to be good with Vader. Alright, let's do the Sith. And just do it the boring, safe way. Although I probably don't need to use this specific team. Because in 5v5 last time, this was without the Banecron. Now we got the Banecron. I probably could do it with just Bane. And somebody else. Do I want to respect things or not? Am I really going to risk this? Oh, man. I think Bane will be fine. We do Bane, we do... Maul. Or I could do the troop. Yeah. This should be fine. Let's do it. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? Let's just regret it. I'm treating this as fact-finding, and if it doesn't work, and I don't think it should not work. I think it should work. But if anything goes wrong, I think we'll be in a cleanup situation. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, he's got damage immunity. That is now gone. Can we AoE and take Maul out? And Malicos. Awesome. Okay. Good. Alright, let's take out guard. Guess we don't have advantage. Let's just do it. I would like to have a high relic royal guard. Because I've gone up against a couple of them now, and they have been a pain. Relic 8 one was much better than this one, but still. Great, I'm glad I did it. And again, that's a Relic 5 Bane. Relic 5 is great against the Lord Vaders and the Jabbas. Not so good up against the Leias. Now, Traya. I could have done Afra, but Afra's gone. I think... Oh, we got Jabba. We also have Lord Vader. No, we're going to keep Jabba, because I think this guy likes to use JML on his back wall. Well, you know what we can do? Let's just do Sith Eternal Emperor. Because we don't need Bane for that. This works fine. I actually just like to throw in Empire characters because Sith I use in other places. Although, how about you take Second and Wrecker? This is a very unusual match because this is... I'm usually like going up against Rays all the time. So I'm making different choices by this point. I guess let's grab a Sith Crown. Nope. Although actually, what do we have going on with? Maybe we just grab this. Where's Assassin? Is Assassin on defense? Yeah, Assassin's on defense. We don't even need to worry about it. If I had her for offense, though, I would have been throwing her on the team. All right, Savage and just Nihilus. We will swap right now to to Sith Eternal Emperor. We'll throw down some of that. Well, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't put... I've always thrown Royal Guard here because I didn't have Lord Vader. Now I have Lord Vader. Maybe that's not how I should be using these characters. I haven't adjusted for that yet. We kind of need more Sith now. We're short. And I wouldn't mind the next GL being a Sith. Like, get some Darth Plagueis or something. All right. Yeah, we'll work towards the ultimate. All right, we got a stun. Maybe I should have linked Treya. Don't you die on me. All right, definitely Fracture Scion. Where are we at? We're going to definitely be talking Fallout in a little bit. All right, we got our alt. Okay, let's blow them up. All right, we got a mark over on Treya. I don't care about the rest of this. Let's link up Treya, and I guess it has to be Scion. We got 14 stacks of Loyal Hando on Talon. I'm a little concerned about that. Because that's... at some point, it's going to be pretty meaningful. And we may already actually be at that point. All right, we're at 6. Okay, I'm a little worried now. Oh, yeah, we're dead. We're dead. No, because with the ability block, no, we're dead. Okay. Yeah, that's why I was talking a little earlier that I was a little concerned about the stack, or the, who I had linked. Well, there wasn't really an opportunity to switch things up. Okay. Still like 3 armies on that team. We're just going to Tuskens this. We could use something cheaper. Like we could do a Jedi Knight Luke solo, but we're not going to use this team otherwise, and it just kind of frees up our options. And I'm playing like... I don't think this guy's going to clear me. He technically could. He has a lot for offense, and maybe I shouldn't be having the attitude that I'm having. But it's... I think I'm going to be okay. All right, so let's talk a little bit of Fallout. I talked a little bit of Fallout in the 3v3 videos I never ended up posting. And one of those I had recorded when I had only watched 2 episodes at that point. And what I was talking about in that video was, as far as an adaptation of the world goes, it is tremendously impressive. Where it's just this very rigorous, very accurate, and true portrayal of the universe. And that I really appreciate, and it is an accomplishment and very impressive. But what I was hoping for was that it was going to be a little bit more ambitious in its storytelling, because the storytelling was very basic, very formulaic, very tropey. And I was hoping that in the later episodes, my feelings about that would change. My brother kind of suggested it would, because he had already watched all the episodes and he was a big fan. And no, my feelings stayed the same to the end. It was a very good show. Like, it's a 7 out of 10 to me, but it's not amazing. And the story left me wanting. Now, maybe that's just the realities of starting out this new universe and introducing all these ideas, so in future seasons they can be a little bit more ambitious. But it was the type of story, like, if you break it down to its bare parts, and this might get a little spoilery if anyone hasn't watched it, but I think at this point everyone has. Let me just because I'm not even paying attention to what's going on. Where if you break it down into its core parts, father gets kidnapped or something happens to the father, child needs to go rescue or figure out what happened to father. Things happen, and actually a lot of those things were pretty irrelevant. It's just kind of a journey story at that point. It could be a road trip story or any other kind of variation on the formula. And it was just like plot point after plot point where there were no really any actual consequences to those moments. They were effective for character development, but in terms of affecting the story in any way, no. What I enjoyed most about it was really jumping back in time and seeing things in the past and how that impacted the story. And then at the end, it's the father who was being rescued or being sought after turned out not to be the person that the character thought they were. And then a decision needs to be made. Like, that's so many shows have that kind of story. And once you kind of recognize the pieces, it's kind of boring. So that's just what I mean. Like, I wish it was a little bit more ambitious. The story being told was kind of whatever. But in terms of the cast, the acting, the set design, the portrayal of the world, A+ on that. That's a 10 out of 10. Just the story didn't really live up to the quality of everything else being done. But what I'm really hoping for... Oh, we do have Leia here. Oh my god. You can tell I'm playing late at night because this is a dumb decision, because now I don't have Bane for Leia. Alright, we're going to have to do Jabba then. This is not going to be great. Because Jabba can't win it. Jabba can set myself up for a cleanup. But my favorite cleanup for Leia is also on defense. I should have double checked this. I see, the thing is, I didn't check his defense. I checked his defense history where he didn't have Leia being used. Or maybe he just wasn't attacked. Whatever. The thought that I was going to say was, let's just use this. That what I hope Fallout does more than anything is make Netflix realize that their adaptation of BioShock is being approached incorrectly. Because what Netflix has planned for BioShock is a movie. And that is going to fail. The only way to tell the Bioshock story correctly, effectively, is in a TV format with multiple episodes over a long period of time. The story is way too complicated for a TV approach or for a movie approach. It just, like, I do not see how there's any way that they pull that off. So I'm hoping with Last of Us and now with Fallout, it makes Netflix reconsider their strategy. But I have little faith. All right, what do we got going here? We're going to keep going after Drogon. Hopefully we can take out Drogon quickly and early. Although, no, Mon Mothma can bring Drogon back. So we're still going to do it anyway. Because otherwise Drogon could cause problems. We're dazed right now, though. All right, protection up. All right, dispel. Not quite. Fine. All right, what do we got? I'm going to put Leia under stealth instead of getting the second stack of whatever that thing's called. All right, now we got our contract. Let's throw this over on R2 now. Thermals should take out Drogon, or at least that's what I'm good. That's what I was hoping for. But now Drogon's back, whatever. All right, we're going to throw more thermals down on R2. I'm going to get protection up. That's bad. Come on. All right, let's hit R2. Now we're going to go back to Drogon. Protection up. We got to try and keep people alive. All right, there goes 1. There goes R2. Let's chuck this. I want to see if we can land some, yeah, that's what I want. Thermos on Mon Mothma. And you know what? Let's eat Drogon and not have to worry about that anymore. Okay. It's a dispel. Let's throw some thermals down. Yeah. Thermals. Mon Mothma should probably die. At least that's what I'm hoping for. When she takes her turn. No. There's no one for her to bring back, so it doesn't matter. But I would like her gone. Because we are going to have to clean this up. Alright. Thermals. Good. Okay. I guess maybe we could beat Leia. I think we need Lando to beat Leia. Because without the stacking offense from the Datacron, I just don't think this is possible. Let's chuck this to blow up what's-his-face. Yeah, we don't even have enough time for this. I'm going to go with thermals. Although I don't think those are going to beat her. Fine, let's just hit auto and we'll just have to clean it up. We just don't have enough time. But that one, good enough. I wish it would. No, I think we needed Bane for Vader, since we weren't able to use Afra in that situation. No, this one's how it was supposed to. You can tell I'm in a very annoying chair right now. A much noisier chair. Alright, we got Treya. Got Radis. And Bad Batch is on defense. I gotta fix this camera. You know what? He doesn't have third sister. Let's just do Phoenix. Right? This version? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we take that hit, take another hit. They're having a very strong start. Alright, we AoE, land some dazes, and we do that. Fine. Let us do this one first. Okay, going over to Radis now, focusing here. Taunt over here. And let's go with staggers. We're going to hit the stagger on Biston. And now we'll go back to Radis. Why did I click him that time? Alright, we're doing that. We should not do again. Alright, we AoE, hit a bunch of those exposes. We're fine. Take account. K2SO is taunting, but that's over. Okay. Okay. Good. This should do that. Stagger again. Good. Relic 8 gas. That must be for TBs. Because he would take some hits. Relic 5K2SO, whatever. Okay. We're good. All right, let's move on. How do we want to clean this up? This has taken us way too long to get to this stage. All right. You changed Yoda. Okay. This is still going to be annoying because it's still Treya with her stuff. I'm going to give myself a minute to think about it. And while I think about it, we'll do another battle. Actually, we're going to do it right now. I think we're just going to try and do bounty hunters. Because there's no real threats here. So if I do... Well, we got Bosk. I think we do Aura Singh, though. We'll do Aura Singh, Bosk, Zam. And then let's do this. That should... I think that should do it. I want to go to bed. Alright, we take that. That's actually bad because that messes up now. Okay, no, that actually saved me. Because we need buffs on everybody while we do this. We're going to basic because I don't want to be hurt by these abilities. Or by the attacks out of turn. We just need to use an ability. It doesn't have to be a special. Okay, we got to cleanse. We need to stop hitting Scion so we don't have pain. I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, let's do this now because we need to get crit chance up. Alright, take out Treya. Take out Talon. Alright, we're good. Sorry about this squeaky chair, but it's what we're dealing with. I gotta find a new show now that Fallout's done. Although I got shows to finish up. I need to wrap up Shogun. I need to wrap up Invincible. And I wrap up The Bad Batch. But I guess we got Acolyte and Tales of the Empire coming. And maybe we get something added to the game from Tales of the Jedi. Okay. Alright, let's check out this back wall. It's different than how he was playing, because he had Mon Mothma in his Grand Arena history. He has changed some things. So he's got Zorii, he's got Qui-Gon, and Iden with Scout. Okay. You know what that means? It means we can use a high power counter up against Leia if I want to. Maybe we do. You know what I think I want to do? Because we do have we have Mando Bow. And what I think I want to do with Mando Bow is I want to use her up against a team like Trench, because this is still a good team. I think. Or do I want Bam? We do have Dooku who can attack out a turn, and if with riposte he's ignoring protection, and with that ignoring protection, Bam might have some value. I think we're still going to play it this way though. Do love that Darksaber. Alright. Let's just see if we can rip out Trench early. Because they can't go under stealth, because they don't have what's-his-face. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Or they can stealth. They can stealth, but it doesn't matter because of that. Alright. Does this dispel? No. Okay. We're going to call in Mando Bow. Awesome. Alright, we'll get rid of the Foresight. And let's take out Dooku. Awesome. Yeah, I had a feeling this was just going to crush this. Even with a Gear 11 bow. 'Cause what she does to the entire squad's like a lot. Like her, from how I was reading the kit, the relics that, like she's still a good attacker on her own end, but she's boosting the squad in such a way where I just felt like the Mandalorians were going to do a lot of the work here. Plus, she can beat GLs. If she can beat GLs, she should be able to beat this, even at gear 11. Okay. Alright, we hit Django. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Alright. I am changing my defense. We've got Lord Vader now. Lord Vader can be on defense. Okay. We have way too much for offense. We're still playing like we're a team without a lot of depth, at least relatively speaking. And I even, like, really, we're just down 2 GLs. Other than that, we're the same as everybody else. And, I don't know, it's putting us in a good spot. All right, we're going to try something here that used to in the past be quite safe. And that is my JTR counter. But we don't have R2 anymore. I think we're going to bring in, yeah, droids, light side droids. Because what R2 did was very valuable to this squad. Alright, we'll take turn meter here. Let's take out Zam. Not quite. Okay. Alright, Swallow, can you do it now? What? Come on. Alright, take out Zam and now everything falls apart. Let's hit Bosk. Kind of surprised they took out L3. Okay. Cad Bane. Good. Okay, we got dash. We can just... I think we're just going to start taking big weapons. Oh, we got Stark. We have way too much for offense. This is like kind of annoying me. It's ridiculous. Do I want to keep Piet? Let's just Empire Kron. I guess not. We still have Sidious. This is making me really annoyed with my defense. Alright, let's just auto this. I wish I had more nonsense for you guys. We can cover sports. I'm not really paying attention to the NBA playoffs yet, although this is my favorite time of year, but I've been busy with work. But I will be paying attention. I guess, like, my team's the Pistons, so there's no one I'm really invested in right now, although I'm probably paying the most attention to the Thunder just because I like their players. And that is the most fun to me. I feel like these guys need my help. Do you guys actually need my help right now? Oh my god. Alright, we hit the alt. You guys really seem to be struggling. Alright. Oh, the damage immunity. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't have got involved because that was dumb. You guys are. Okay. Alright, let's. My idea here is we're just going to use JML and not even worry about it or think about it. Just be very overpowered. And who wants to be the fifth? You want to join them, Julie? How about that? And then Kit Fisto, I've added a bunch of protection to. All right. We got days on everybody. Let's do this. So Jolie. Let's give an armor shred. And there we go. Big overkill, but this is a weak defense. And we have way too much for offense. Okay, so what do I care about here? I guess none of it? I wish I kept Jolie, because Jolie would have been nice up against Qui-Gon. But why do I care? I don't. Because, like, we've got everything. I grabbed this Mace Windu-Kron. That's what I want to do right now. I just want to see what this can do. I doubt it does much at all. But I figured. He's got a Kron. I've got a dedicated place to use him. Let's see how much extra action we can get out of him. Kenobi's going to be annoying. I should have grabbed Palpatine, but it is apparently midnight. All right, we gotta work on this. Oh my God, Kenobi. All right, here we go. Seriously? Who you bringing back? All right. Acceptable. Just terribly low banners. Okay. You know what we should have done up against like Phasma? That should have been Gungans. We're going to do, because Gungans aren't going to happen here. But what we can do is, let's just do Dark Trooper Moff Gideon here. He's going to move to defense. Do I not have a preset for him? Here we go. And we still have Sidious. Sidious would have been fun here. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to be targeting you. Alright, buy Range Trooper, buy Death Trooper, hit the staggers. Okay, buy Magma Trooper. Let's just keep doing AoEs until we can take out a scout, I guess. Yep. Is this an AoE? AoE. Oh, we can death mark. Yes. Oh my god. Wish that occurred to me sooner. Alright, let's Gungan. This is going to go poorly, but let's do it for funds. Alright, we got Nas Tarpals. Boomadeer Phalanx. Alright. They're going to crush me. This is the wrong team to do it up against. They just have too many AoEs and true damage and a bunch of strong stuff that I think this is going to go very poorly. Yep. That went poorly. And did you just freeze on me? Yep. And it froze on me. Alright, we're going... No, okay, caught up. Alright. Debuffs. But we didn't get any of our stacking protection, so... Not the greatest. Not who I want to mark. Not a good choice. I'm kind of just clicking on things. It's too late for me to be thinking about how I want to play this. Hey, you know, let's do this one. Yeah, we're just going to stay on BB-8 because he can taunt. We have kind of wasted a lot of time, though. Maybe we will win. Oh, that stealth is really annoying. All right, let's attack IG-88 while we are forced to attack somebody. Because attacking Zorii, see, that's more what I thought was going to happen. Yeah, I think this is going to fall apart now without phalanx. Phalanx to me seems really important because I used these three and 3v3 a lot, and they just felt terrible. All right, let's get out of here. That's the end of our testing with Gungans. I think I could have played that a little smarter and maybe we would have made better progress, but it's bedtime. All right, let's just do JMK. That's not JMK. We still have Maul? That's what I'm talking about. This is ridiculous. And in actuality, we had way more for offense. Because the number of the teams that we beat today, I could have used a weaker counter. There's just no reason to do it. So we used a high-powered counter when it wasn't necessary. Yeah, let's get rid of T3. Let's dispel. Let's take out IG-88. Okay. That'll take care of Zorii, and now we're done. And let's figure out fleet. All right. How do I like to play this? Wait. Leviathan's on defense. So, okay, I gotta do Profundity Mirror then. That's the wrong ship. All right, what do I like to... There's a way I like to play this. How do I like to play this? Okay. All right, I do this. I'll hit dash. Okay, here's what I do. We don't do the AoE, we do this. We get the hull, reinforced hull. We put that up. I gotta take out Y-Wing. I shouldn't have attacked the Outrider that time a moment ago. Come on. We're right there. He's gonna heal. That's annoying. Okay. I should be up. I should be ahead. Okay. Okay, brings out the ghost, not a bad option. We're gonna do the same. What? You survived that? Okay. Let's take out the ghost. All right. Cass, huh? Boom, there's the download thing, and I should have this. We could play it a little bit cleaner, but it went fine. When I attacked the Outrider that one time when the taunt was off, that was a mistake, and I probably could have saved my Y-Wing by not doing that, and things would have went smoother. But it's fine. All right, Chimera. Let's do our Chimera counter. Now with the Executor, what you want to do when it's not a triple attacker lineup. Okay, fine. Fine. How do I like to play this when it's not the triple attacker lineup? Okay, let's do this. We're going to hit Bosk. Okay, that's fine. Now we are going to stun the Razor Crest. Okay. And we dispel, but we can't dispel the taunt because we got breach. We're going to remove turn meter and attack Bosk. Remove turn meter. Lose Scythe. I guess not. Alright, we're going to attack Bosk again. We're going to attack Bosk again. Now we lose the Scythe. And we're going to buff immunity and dispel everybody. Alright, we hit Bosk. Bosk is gone. Awesome. We're going to take out Razor Crest. Hit Boba Fett. Take out Cad. It's actually harder without the triple attacker lineup. With this counter. It went fine though. Alright, yeah, let's do Negotiator Mirror. I'm going to have the Marauder, so I think I should have the advantage. I had like 50 attempts at starting this video today. I should have been done like a half hour ago. Really? What? What just happened there? I'm sure I did something dumb, but is there really enough time for me to do something dumb? Jeez. What? Yeah, Clone Sergeant doing that kind of damage? What is going on? kind of relics do you have on these pilots? Just can't believe this. This is nonsense. I should probably bring out Ahsoka, but for whatever reason, I feel like getting it. Maybe not for whatever reason. There's what's it called? There's clone synergy that I feel like taking advantage of. Man. Yeah, he's good. He's dead. Yeah, no, this is terrible. At least we took him out. Yep. Yeah. Just kill me. Oh my god, just kill me. Now you guys aren't doing damage? Alright. What do we want to do? Let's do Radis. Okay. Resistance, comeuppance. Let's do this. Okay. That's all fine and good. Let's do a wobble. Okay. Let's take out Sarge. Remove turn meter from 5s. AoE. Good. I've been taking out comeuppance first, but I think I'm going to do Poe this time. We're going to do that. I'm going to heal. I thought that mass assist on Ahsoka was actually going to do more than that. Okay. Deflector shield. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, it is mostly like Gear 12 pilots here, but still. A little irritating. All right. All right. Let's wrap this up. I can't even... Yeah. All right. Good. We'll see if we won. I'm sure we won fine. There we go. Solid run. Yeah. Round 1 is a pretty decisive win. We did have a number of advantages. I was the stronger roster despite having fewer GLs. More Amis, more Datacrons, better mods, we had a lot of strength, better defense. And you can see that we prevented him from clearing. He did put in a solid effort, a real effort though, which is always informative. So 2 attempts up against Seer Malicos. I did like his Malicos Lord Vader team though, with all the unaligned force users. That was the first time I saw that. Pretty interesting. 3 attempts up against Trench without the Kron, because I forgot to update the Krons prior to this match, but I am happy to see Trench pull that off. And in the top territory, you can see we stopped the clear of the territory. 7 attempts on Finn, Zorii with Rose. That's why, despite this being a mix of Gear 11 and Gear 12 characters, we set it down on defense regularly. Some things might look like they're weak, but the mechanics are what makes them strong. Then we get 2 attempts to take down Leia, not unusual. And then what I really wanted to pay attention to here was this Qui-Gon with Kelleran without the Kelleran Kron. I was hoping to see this last month, or last 5v5 season, and no one ever attacked it. So I never was able to get any data on how it performed. So at least seeing this, especially when he attacked it later in the match, that shows me that maybe I'm going to just use it on offense. But we'll continue to leave it on defense. We'll throw the Kelleran Kron on and see what other kinds of lessons we can learn about it. But well played by Sun Tzu. He put in a real solid attempt and kept playing until he was probably out of options, which is always something you want to see at these levels. It's unsatisfying when your opponents don't attack. So nice work, appreciated Sun Tzu, and I think we're gonna wrap up. Yeah, let's wrap up. We've got a new roster update video of the changes I made to my roster prior to this sign up for Grand Arena, so you can check out that video there. Otherwise, we've got Gungans, we've been reviewing those kits. Jar Jar's gonna come in a few days prior to the release of that event, but we're not in a rush for it. It'll be pretty soon though. And with that, we'll be back with the next match. Thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.